Oh.
Hello everyone, we're back at Pure Country Life. We're going to be gutting a deer today. I was lucky enough to get a buck. This is a 7-point, decent. I don't get to hunt much, taking care of everybody else's deer in the processing here. So what we're going to do is give the proper demonstration of how to gut a whitetail. So let's get started. Here what we're doing is we're leave the deer right on the side. Easiest way for me anyways. You grab a hold of the anus and obviously go around the anal cavity. Make sure you're nice and sharp. That usually helps. May have a few raisinets come out, but at this point, come up here, kind of get the legs straddled, set it up on its back. Of course, this is just the way I do it. Everybody's got their own preference. Grab a hold of the scrotum, make your cut.
This is really bright.
Obviously, there's his jewels. Those are always nice to play a gag joke on somebody. Put them in their truck, hang them from their back bumper. I usually just take my knife and cut right here at the membrane of the gut. If you have a gutting knife, you just switch it over. Thanks to Outdoor Edge here, we're able to do this. I usually go between my fingers. And this deer I'm not mounting. I'm going to still do it just like a mount. You stop right here at the chest cavity. You'll see and feel the cartilage right there, and you'll come to a stop. Okay. At that point, you can roll most of this out. Okay. You'll feel the diaphragm, and you do like a blind cut into the diaphragm, making your way around. We like the heart here, so I'm going to try and get the heart out of here. Again, we're making a blind cut up here at the front of the chest cavity. There's some of the lungs. The heart's in kind of a sack. You'll eventually take that out. Hand that off to an assistant if you have one. I'm lucky to have one. What you're doing is cutting the rest of the diaphragm right now. Pulling the lungs out.
Oh, how are we gonna eat that?
Be sure not to hit those tenderloins. Remember everybody, that is the premium piece of meat. As long as you clean everything right, it is a nice, tasty piece of meat. We may not have reamed this enough, so what I do is come in here, take your knife and ream it out just a little bit more. This deer did not pee. He has got a lot of pee in here. And I'm really trying not to hit that with the knife. It helps if you have a skinnier knife, but and there it is. Bladder's intact. And that right there is how you gut a deer the proper way. I see a lot of guys that bring their deer in, and what they do is they take and push down on these hips. You do not want to do that. You don't want to cut this meat here, right in this location, because it opens up all that meat to germs, etc. Especially if your gutting job's not the correct way. You hit the gut bag and the manure gets all over, that kind of thing. Try to keep this sealed up as much as you can. Keep the hair right here, and don't cut this, and don't push those hips down and break that pelvic bone. It screws up your round steaks, and it just makes a nicer cut of meat when you keep it together for the butcher to be able to make a nice round steak for you. So at this point, we'll rinse it out. Don't hesitate to use water. We'll throw a pail of water up in here, wash it out, and hang it up. So. Okay, you want to come over here? We'll inspect this. Here's our tenderloins, fully intact. They have just a little bit of fat hanging over top of them. I'm going to take it to the cooler right away. I'll probably remove these just because I like mine right away. Take them out, they don't get dried out. If you're going to keep them in there, keep that layer of fat over top of them. It keeps that from drying out and getting that lining on it. Keeps your tenderloins a lot nicer. And we're in the TB area, so obviously we inspect everything. Inspect the rib cage. I don't see any lesions. When I pulled the gut pile out, the lungs didn't appear to have any type of lesions on them. You know, one pail of water. One pail of water, folks. That's all you need. Rinse it out, and it comes right out nice and clean. You have a little bit of blood residue, but it mostly washes out. I mean, if you really want to get carried away, you can get a garden hose. Obviously, it's cold out here, so the pail works just as well. I'll probably get one more pail of water, rinse it out one last time, and take it over to the shop. So don't forget to like and subscribe my videos, and see you next time. cheap piece of binder twine. Make sure you're putting your tag on. No fancy knot, just tie it on. Doesn't come over the horns. And you can still read the tag, the number on it. 2019 buck right there.